What's up, guys? It's your boy CO. Today we're going to talk about Gorbag. I'm going to give you two ways to make him a great commander for tier 1, so stick around. Let's get it. Welcome back to CO Gaming. As I said in the intro, we are going to go over Gorbag today. I'm going to give you two builds that could equally work the same as the other, so let's get right into it. First off, we're going to go and we're going to start out with the Interrogator line. Interrogator is enemy stunned or subject to madness, damage received plus 100% for 1 round. Then after you put your 15 points into that, which is going to give you max level effect active, damage bonus effects are modified by speed. So your speed stats a little bit higher. It's gonna do more for you. Then you're going to come up here to Laceration, put 7 points into this against one target, inflicts bleed, and deals 10% damage for 3 rounds. After you have done this, come down to Restrain against 2 enemy units, 14.3% chance to inflict stun for 1 round. Of course, that number will be higher, and as I will argue at any time, stun is key in this game. If you have the ability to use stun on a commander, it's always going to be the way to go. Once you have your points put in that line, come over here to Gray Leader, put your 15 points here. Orc, damage received minus 6%, of course going to be higher. You get 1 HP for orcs once you have it maxed out. Then do Orcish Warlord, orc speed plus 2.0, which is going to affect your first tree stats here, and received minus 2%. You're not going to do March speed. Then after you have your 7 points in Orcish Warlord, come over to Watchman of the Cirith Ungol, put all 15 points there. And I know what you're thinking, madness, you don't want to succumb to madness yourself, but after you put your 15 points into this, your orcs are going to be immune to madness, which is going to play a huge role in the build that we're going for here. After you have your 15 points there, come up here in Rage, put all 7 points there. All allied units, 30% chance of succumbing to madness, damage plus 8.5% for 1 round. Well, as you've seen here, your orcs are going to be immune to madness. So with this build, you're only going to run one type of troop. You're going to run orcs. Orcs alone, nothing else. Put all 7 points in Rage. If you have some points left over, you can go down here and do Corrupting Curse. Just depends on what you really want to do. What I would possibly do is go ahead and throw some extra points into Old Orc. But it's all preference thing, whatever you feel like you're doing. So that is actually it for the first build. For the second build, the only thing that we are going to change out, instead of going with Interrogator, you are going to put all your points into Old Orc and go with Dress Wounds, which is going to give you 1 allied unit recover 57.1% HP. When this is maxed out with all 7 points, it's like a 400% heal. Outside of that, that's the only thing you change. You still go with Gray Leader, go with Orcish Warlord, and go with your Watchman of the Cirith Ungol and Enrage. Whatever points you have left, you can put up here in Interrogator, or you can go ahead and do this whole line. But what I would do is I would put whatever I had left in Interrogator. Just think it's going to give you that extra bit of damage overall. As far as gear goes, the gear that I would run on this would be 4 purple, no golds at all. We're just going to do purple gear. I would run the Orc-Eye Broadsword with anything that has orcs on it, whether it's HP, defense, attack, it really doesn't matter, as long as it has something that buffs your orcs. This bottom stat is pretty good. There is other options. Once again, it's a personal preference type thing. Then we're going to get into your chest piece. The chest piece that I would personally run that I think is best is your goblin armor. Once again, it is because it gives you the buff to your orcs. And then even this one, the bottom stat, the orc allied units damage received minus 4% is just another buff that you have. As far as a helmet goes, without going a gold helmet, there really is not another helmet that buffs your orcs at all. So my opinion would be going with a bone mask that causes madness, something that inflicts madness like the bone mask. It gives you both might and focus and gives you army HP. You can't go wrong with a bone mask on any commander in this game, in my opinion. For a pocket item, I would go with this right here. It once again buffs your orcs, gives you defense. There is a bottom stat for this that gives you march speed, so that is the best one to use. There really isn't anything else that I would recommend past that. I would do march speed as a bottom stat, and then this right here. Once we get that done, we will go over and I will tell you what troops to use. So if we go back to my base and we come in here, go to army, we'll pull up Gorbag, and as I've said before, you're going to use nothing but orc troops. So you can use multiple orc troops, but if you are doing the second build that you are using that heal, I would solely run Reapers. Reapers are going to be your best bet, simply because if once you get past that round 5, you're going to do that extra 70% damage until the end of the battle, and it's going to go after the target with the lowest defense. That heal is going to keep these guys alive for a long time, and it will make tile taking much easier. As far as the difference between the two builds, I don't really think you can go wrong with either one of them. I think there is a situation for both of them. Tile taking, the second build with the heal, is going to be probably the best build for that. As far as PvP goes, that first build with that extra damage, depending on who you're fighting, is going to be a really solid build. I mean, you're not going to take either of these builds and go in and fight a Witch King and just dominate that fight. That's not what this commander is about. But you can take that damage build and fight guys, you know, like Gandalf the Grey and other commanders around that and be able to pull that off. Or you can play Gorbag and do a style like a Gandalf the Grey and have that 400% heal, and maybe throw a pocket item on with another heal that you're just going to keep orcs alive for a good solid minute. So it's really a personal preference thing on how you want to play this. It's also a personal preference thing on what gear you want to put on them. I can give you my opinion on what is the best gear, but it's not always going to be right. That's why we do these guides. We do these guides so we can give you the best builds that we have found as gamers, and that's what we do. So if you like this video, hit the like button, smash subscribe. Till next time, see you out. Thanks, guys.